How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this series named Assembling. And today on episode 2, we discuss copyright. When I started out writing the script for Salvation Hours, the only primary concern I had was copyright issues. Initially, I wanted to make a one-on-one clone for 13 hours. And yes, I can name 13 hours here because I'm not copying them directly. No one owns a particular incident, okay? No one owns 9/11 or no one owns any other historical event that happened. These are incidents of our human history, and no singular entity can ever own them. Simple as that. You can own what you create off of them if you write a book. Just in our case, as you can see, 13 hours is a book as well. So you can own a book or rights to it. You can own a movie and the rights to it, which in our case is again 13 hours, the movie that came out in 2016. But you cannot own the event. Following that same logic, I realized that I can work with this project because I want to work with this project pertaining to the same reasons as I talked about in the previous episode. So do check out the previous one if you haven't seen it already. And I talked about that I wanted to make a single player game and how the gaming industry was drying out and there was no good single player games. I mean, AAA industry was not doing anything in terms of single player games back then, apart from a few exceptions from Sony and other games. They were all just pushing for live service agenda, and the indie games that were, and no hate to them, they're all brilliant, trust me, all those indie devs are amazing. There wasn't any direct single player game, right, which follows a proper story, apart from a few exceptions. And this wasn't just a story that I made, this was a story that exists. This was something that I wanted to broadcast to everyone, that I wanted to showcase to everyone, and wanted them to know that yeah, this exists, this is a part of our history that we are probably not recognizing enough. Okay, we all remember the original event, the 9/11, but we should also remember this event. 13 hours on which the movie and the book is based, those events actually happened on the 11th anniversary of 9/11. Okay, that is something, that is saying something. It did not happen in the US, I agree, it happened in a different state, but it happened nonetheless, and people died. Okay, it was a serious event, people died. So we just should not discard a piece of our history. Anyways, coming back to the same topic of copyright, I did my research. I asked a lawyer, I asked rather a law firm, and I asked them that what are the pitfalls and how can I just bypass it? And there was my answer. If I don't take anything from the book or from the movie, then I'm easily fine with it. So I did that. I changed the names, and not just to prevent copyright, but also to preserve the anonymity and privacy of everyone. I mean, you just cannot name them, simple as that. Even if I had the rights, I was not going to name them one-on-one, no matter if they were their real names or not. You just cannot. They deserve their own right to privacy. So I realized it's fine. I can just name everything different, and that's all. And henceforth the name Salvation Hours and the different characters' name. So yeah. So that's how I bypass this thing, because I know I'm not going to leave this thing as is. I want to proceed, and the only way to proceed is to proceed safely by altering things that do not align in any capacity with the book or the movie, because again, the author did not possess the rights for the book. When the book was published, soon enough Paramount Pictures bought the rights to the book. And I remember talking to the author on Twitter. Back then, it was like 2 years ago. And he said that he does not have the rights of the book. He sold it to Paramount Pictures. They have the right to the book. They made the movie. And asking a film studio for rights is like a no-no, okay? For a solo developer with almost no budget, it wasn't going to happen. So there we are. I just made the changes, and I wrote the story in my own way, as I could, by not taking anything from the movie, like, or the book in any capacity. It's a true event, okay? And all of the facts are there. You can just Google it, you can just Wikipedia it, and you will find those events. Those things happened. Now, how they happened must have been different, okay? You and I were not there in that event. No one was. Only those people were who faced those events. Those GRS operators, those CIA officers, the consulate staff, they were there. They know how it happened. We don't. We only know the written version or the described version of the story. So it's an interpretation. So Salvation Hours is an adaptation based on those events. It's an adaptation that tries its best to be as close to the source material as it can be, while also being an enjoyable experience. That's all for the second episode, guys. I hope you guys like it, and I'm trying to dive deeper into the process of making this game as it's my debut game. I just want to be open. I just want to have a good, back and forth with the community. I want to let you guys know the insides of how games are made and how you actually publish them, and how you choose the art style and everything. And the other episodes that I have planned will definitely dive more deep into these topics. They may get technical, they may not be for everyone, but I would try to keep them as neutral as I can. Again, if you like these videos, do give me a like and a subscribe. Check out Salvation Hours, link is in the description, and let me know what you think of this series and how you're liking it so far. And once again, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.